Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in today's video I'm going to present something really interesting. Being a YouTube content creator, I have multiple channels. One of my channels is shooting wildlife and animals, and I had a hard time getting good footage of animals because when I would approach them with my drone, I couldn't capture sound for one. I couldn't capture their sounds and singing if they were birds or whatnot, and besides they would run away as soon as they would see the drone. So I was thinking, how can I film them in their complete privacy, being not making them run away or scare them off or anything, and having footage to inaccessible areas. For example, if I see on top of a mountain is a goat and I want to capture a good glimpse of that goat, I had to approach with the drone or zoom, and then if you would zoom you wouldn't capture the sound. So I came with this idea, and I'm going to teach you this so you can also take advantage of this and create great contents using this. Now this idea is that I'm doing. First I'm going to show you the theoretical and how everything will work. It will follow with the actual video footage of when I am doing it practically, and then you give me your input, tell me what you think. Is it a good invention or not, or a good idea or creation? Thank you. So here's how it is. Basically I have a regular DJI Mavic 2 Pro drone with a releasing mechanism, about which I made another video showing you guys how this whole release mechanism works and all that. And at the bottom of this release mechanism, there's this latch that opens and closes, releasing something that you want to release. So what I did is I tied a GoPro camera to this in a little tripod, and then I wrote in the back so that from the sky, when I'm releasing the camera at the scene where I would like to film, I can see exactly what the thing is, which side is the face of the camera and which side is the back of the camera. Because if you don't have that information, then you could be releasing the camera in a basically wrong direction. So let's say there's on top of a mountain, there's a bird nest, like a hawk nest, and I want to put a camera next to the nest so I can capture the chicks and the hawk. So this will be like spinning in the air like this when the drone is taking this camera, but then I could see from the label which side is front. So what I would do, if I would touch down and if I would see that it's facing the wrong direction, I would increase the elevation of the drone again and let it do another like 45-degree spin and touch it down again until it's facing the direction that I want it to face, which is this direction. So assuming this is like, let's say this is the bird or the animal I'm planning to shoot. So shoot with the footage, with video, not with a gun, So now I would, once the drone is positioned correctly, what I will be doing, I will be releasing it like this. This would be right here. This would be right here. Let's see. Let me close this like that. This would be like that. And once I reach my destination, I would be releasing this like this, and this whole thing will be there, and it will be recording for as long as the battery allows it, which is a couple hours. It will be recording on the SD card, capturing great high definition 4K images including sound. Once the session is completed, I have to come back to pick this up. Now there is no way that I can pick this up like this because I have no access to this area. This will be either on top of a very tall building, on top of a mountain, on top of a light pole, on top of a tree, wherever it's going to be. I will not have access to capture my $400 GoPro. So what did I do? I put a magnet on the top. I put a magnet on the top, and then I made a recovery cord, which I will be coming after 2 hours with this recovery cord. And this recovery cord, the way it works is that basically it will be hanging down the drone, and as soon as it comes close to the camera, as you can see, it will automatically capture the camera and it will grab the camera, and then I have a very secure transportation for the camera. And even if the drone is like having a lot of ups and downs and shaking, the camera will not drop, because that's a very, very strong magnet. And the recovery is with magnet, and the drone will bring my camera back. So this is basically how I plan this, and I'm going to do this practically and show you the footage from the GoPro. I will show you the footage from the actual drone, and I will show you the footage from another camera on a tripod, which is capturing the whole thing. Okay, so the theory is, or the idea, to take this GoPro, land it on top of the chimney, on top of the roof, come back, let the GoPro shoot videos of birds sitting there in peace without any drone noise or anything. And then when the shooting session has ended, I will be going back with the drone to pick up that camera. The idea is that this drone will be dropping off and picking up the camera from a place where I have no access to physically to go and set up that camera. This is true in high-rise buildings, towers, Paris Eiffel Tower, if you have a permission, of course, and mountain tops where like wild goats, wild animals roam around, that kind of stuff. So let's start. So I'm gonna start this too, to start recording. Okay, so this is recording. Okay, I'll get the drone.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
You might want to come this way to get clearance, because
That's crazy. Sorry, bichara. I don't know.
key.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is gonna be. Did you do it?
Yeah. Now watch that string. How I release the string.
Okay, let's see it. Wow. Alright.
Okay, so the launch was successful. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is go down and escape the view of the camera, of the GoPro. So basically I want the GoPro. Look how center I landed that thing. I mean, that is so awesome. I mean, I did it better than the practice times. By the way, I did do quite a few practices. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the front of the camera. and point to the camera. There is my GoPro on top of the chimney, as you can see right there on the top. That's my GoPro. I'm going to focus with it, and now I'm going to go away. So there you go. So now I'm gonna come back and land. This is where we are. I'm gonna come back and land and go for the recovery trip. It's very important to disable sensors, because if you don't disable the sensors, you cannot put the load underneath, because the drone will go crazy when it sees. The bottom sensors of the drone has been disabled. Okay. Okay. Now I'm putting the magnet. Okay, so now this is the magnet hanging, and it's the recovery. What did you? Okay. Make sure you're in focus and everything. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We have to pick up that little GoPro. This is a lot harder than you think it is, because that magnet on top of the GoPro is so small, and I have to make sure my string will go close to it at such high wind speed. It's pretty decent wind right now. See how the wind swings the thing.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good news. Alright, now up slowly. Oh my god.
Make sure to say filming. Okay. Okay, I guess now we're gonna have to land the drone. Okay, so the operation was successful, but it was not an easy operation, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't an easy operation, but it was successful because it was extremely windy. Because when you have such wind, look at the tree. Show the tree here. See how windy it is? When you have such windy air, it's just something you should do when it's not that windy. But okay, let's go. I hope you enjoyed and liked this idea, and you can use this. The possibilities are endless for using this. It's an endless possibility. For example, you could use this to capture like what happens in 2 hours in a big city. You could put it on top of a building. Obviously, you need to get permission from the building owner. I was thinking about Eiffel Tower. If you could get a permission to put a GoPro on top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, I mean, you know, capture 2 hours worth of activity in Paris, and then take your camera back using this technology or this mechanism or technique. Or of course, you could go to, like, if there is like a group of animals, like in Africa, if you want to capture a family of lions. You could put a GoPro close to the lions and capture the voices and everything. I mean, they might attack your GoPro, but if you put a couple of magnets here and there, you could recover your GoPro from any angle. In my case, these are not going to be placed in places where the GoPro will be attacked. But if you're placing it somewhere where the GoPro is going to be attacked, then you need to put a magnet on this side, you need to put a magnet on this side, and maybe a couple of magnets on here and here, everywhere where you could retrieve it from any angle with your magnet catcher. Now, here are some important things to keep in consideration. The actual drone is very, very sensitive to magnets. You cannot have any magnets too close to the drone because of the compass inside the drone. It will go crazy. It will not know which side is north, south, east, west, and you will simply lose a drone. So the drone cannot afford to be close to magnets. That's why this cord, which is releasing or release and recovery, both are at least 5 feet long. It's at least 5 feet long. 5 feet away, magnet will not affect the drone. I did a lot of experiments because these are super magnets. You cannot use cheap magnet and lose your GoPro in midair. Like in your returning, coming back, you could lose the GoPro in midair because if your magnet is cheap. Because remember, releasing it is not with magnet because you can't demagnetize to release it. I was thinking of releasing it with shaking it and it will release. But then what happened is that the string coiled back, came back and hit the drone and got stuck in the propeller. So that's why you have to have the release latch mechanism for launching it, placing your camera, and you have to use a magnet for recovering your camera after the footage is complete. Now this comes in handy not only for shooting animal videos in their complete privacy, it comes in handy as well as like in military. You could have Marines and all kinds of Navy or Marines. They could have these to put a camera in the enemy territory and see what's up, and then go grab the camera and collect data. So this is a very handy idea. It comes in. Make sure not to use this in an evil way. Any idea could be used in a negative way. I mean, I don't want you to put this camera in the backyard of your mother-in-law. You hear me? So, use it in a positive way, collect information that is helpful for science, for humanity, for education, for entertainment. But make sure in no way or form you are intruding someone's privacy, or you're intruding someone's property, or you're going and placing it somewhere where you aren't authorized to place. So yeah, that's how it is. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe.